Hey, on this episode, we have a Lennox, just a 80% builder's grade model. The This one in particular is coming on, and nothing else is happening. So we're going to do a quick diagnostic on it. So we're going to turn the unit on. Now the draft inducer came on. The next should have been the pressure switch activating, and then within a few seconds the hot surface igniter should have come on. Now we kind of got stopped right there. So either A, it's bad pressure switch, which most likely it is, or B, it is a hot surface igniter. Or C, it could be bad draft inducer, or D, a bad heat exchanger. So first thing that we're going to do is take a mamometer, and you're going to check inches of water column, and then we're going to put it on the draft port here. We're going to put it right here. We're going to check the negative water column. So this will show me in negative terms what this thing is pulling, and then after that we'll diagnose whether or not it's the switch or not. So let me stop here and get set. Okay, so I've hooked up my mamometer. Make sure you always zero out your mamometer first. I did that. And as you can see here, we're getting 1.45 in the negative. So next, you're going to look and see if does that correspond with the pressure switch, as well as general recommendations from the manufacturer what it should be pulling in the negative. So just from experience, I know that on Lennox about 1.5 is average. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. But the next is, we are going to be checking on here for the requirements to pull this in. So it's saying a negative 0.51 in WC water column. So we know that our draft inducer is pulling enough. And so next, our suspect is the pressure switch. So now we're going to test that. So let me get set up for that. Okay, so next is we're going to check continuity. Now you should have zero continuity when this is not being pulled in by the draft. So there's one way to check this, but this is not the correct way to check this. So a lot of times you'll see guys do this. I'll see if I can get it on camera. I'm gonna have to turn this towards myself, but as you can see, if hopefully you got that on camera, but basically I sucked on that end, and you heard the beep of my continuity meter. Now, does that mean that this is good? Absolutely not. So we're going to put it on the back onto the unit and check it that way, to see if that's because my suction from my mouth is a hell of a lot more than 1.4. So it could be that it's just for whatever reason diaphragm's not pulling in even at 1.4, and then this would have to be replaced. So let me put it back on there. All right, next, inspect your tubing, and make sure that it's going to fit really tight on the ends. I have seen it where this was loose and it was actually drawing through the little small void around here, and change the tube, or actually change the pressure switch, and it was still doing it because it was actually the tube. So this one looks to be pretty good, so we're going to put this one back on. Okay, so I've got my meter on both sides. We're going to turn it on and see if we get continuity under the draft. If we do, and we don't, so that means that we have a problem with the pressure switch, because the draft should be plenty to pull that pressure switch in, but it's not being pulled in under the conditions of this draft inducer at the 1.45. That's plenty to pull in 0.01 or 51. So if this had had continuity, the next step would have been to check to make sure that we have 24 volts. Now, only one of these is coming in with 24, and so then you take from the one side that is normally not 24 volt charge. So the line coming in, you don't want to test that. You want to test the other side. You would go from that point to common. So between your blue common or even the metal of the furnace, but you want to make sure that it's something that's grounded. So preferably the common off of the unit. And if you did not have 24 here, there again it'd tell you that there's a problem with the pressure switch. If you did have 24 volts, then you would go on to the next step. But that's it for the pressure test. The pressure switch diagnostics. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. As always, guys, hit that like button for me if you like this video, and have a great day.